This video is going to be very uncomfortable for me to make, so I'm going to do my best to articulate it in what way I can, but it has everything to do with being LGBTQ plus and learning about the people around you based on how they respond to your happiness, essentially. So I would argue that about a year ago, I lost a very dear friend to me. And part of me wondered if I was going to lose them because I reached a very important milestone in my life. I got engaged. And as a Christian, I knew that this person would probably struggle with that. Like, they seemed fine with me prior to that very important life event. And since then, I've not heard from them at all. But we did have a conversation about a month after my engagement where they messaged me, and they did apologize for not saying something, but they went as far as saying that, I mean, essentially, I'm glad that you have the freedom to, live this lifestyle of your choosing. And I want you to know that I am not offended or upset by what you choose to do with your life, despite our disagreements, or something to that effect. And at that time, I kind of just looked at it through rose-tinted glasses because I really want to believe that people are genuinely good. And I have no doubt that this person is. Maybe, I don't think that they meant any ill will necessarily, but through their lens, through their history, their conditioned responses, like, I think that this is the only way they could respond to me. But it really hurt, like, now that I've kind of looked at it after almost an entire year of processing. It hurt because I felt like that was just a very decorative way to say, I don't accept you, Donny. And I've really thought a long time, very long and hard about this, because it's really shaken me to my core. It's shaken me in the realization that I am 35 years old, and I am still struggling with some people who've been in my life for a long time, just kind of reaching their zenith or reaching their threshold and just choosing to not be accepting of me as a human being, my identity, because a huge life event like getting engaged really kind of is just their breaking point. And in the work that I'm doing with my mental health, with my therapist, I think I'm just trying to find a way to accept it. I'm trying to find a way to accept that some people, despite how much they make you think that they're accepting, just aren't. And it makes me sad, and I will get past it. I will get through it. But it's just a very significant reality check when it comes to aging, that people change, or that people eventually just reveal their true intentions or who they really are. And I think what makes it even more difficult, like, what would make it easier is if I was a hateful person, because I strive to be a good person. And at first, I felt very guilty for even being upset over receiving a response like that. But now I'm kind of at this point where I'm like, I'm not a bad person, and I know they're not a bad person. But can I invest anything in a friendship or sustain a friendship where I know in the back of my mind that that person is never truly going to view me as a fellow human being and accept me in my entirety? Accept that, I deserve love and happiness too. That it's not simply just a lifestyle choice. It's either I willingly accept love into my life and belonging, or I just completely live a life of isolation. Who would choose that? Who would choose that? And like it's made me kind of really realize that, I mean, I do have many friends who are Christian, or who are religious in general, who drastically differ in their perspective, like who are very accepting, of course, but I think this one person, I knew that I don't know, I think my intuition told me that this would be the result. And it just took a significant life event for me for that to be revealed. And it's very unfortunate. But no matter how sad it makes me, I do care very much about this person, and I'm really rooting for their happiness because they deserve it. I just wish they would kind of see the same thing for me, but can't always get your cake and eat it too, I guess, in the world that we're currently living in. But anyway, I just wanted to share that. If you are an LGBTQ plus person and you are growing older and you are noticing shifts in friendships like this, just think of it as life sculpting the circle that you keep around you, I guess. Because the people who truly care will stay, and those who don't are just going to move forward. And it might hurt for a while. They might not really connect with you or talk to you anymore, but at the end of the day, I think it's probably better because it leaves vacancy in your life for someone who will uplift you. Anyway, thanks for listening.